Another review for you today. This time it's Histoires de Parfums 1740 Marquis de Sade. It was released in 2000. It's classified as an Oriental Woody. However, I would classify it as an Oriental Vanilla. Not a whole lot of talk about this fragrance. I think it's definitely a fragrance that every male connoisseur should smell. This one starts out fresh. However, you can definitely tell that it's a classic freshness. And if you've smelled Eau Sauvage by Dior and that really classic bergamot lemon note, this one has a very similar start. However, that freshness is quickly pushed to the back. You'll begin to pick up on a whole handful of patchouli. And this is not the patchouli from Angel Men that's restrained and smoothed over so that it's consumable by the mass market. This is very much a patchouli lover's patchouli, and it's got that really earthy quality to it. It has a dustiness to it as well. I think it's a really fantastic note in this fragrance, and it's really one of the focus notes. It is quite sweet, however, and that comes from the base note of Immortal. And if you haven't smelled Immortal, it has a syrup quality to it. I see some people compare it to maple syrup, and I'm very familiar with what maple syrup smells like, and it's not quite that. This has a more vanillic representation with the Immortal. So if you are familiar with the Immortal, and you're probably familiar with patchouli, those two are the main focus of this fragrance. There is complementary notes going on in it, and I can pick up on labdanum and just a touch of black glove leather. It's not a smoky type of leather, it's a refined leather. It's not an overly complex fragrance to my nose. However, the ingredients and the proportions of the ingredients are done near perfectly. The performance on this one is really, really good, and you really only need a couple of swipes from this fragrance vial you're looking at to really project far. So if you're thinking about trying this one, I would recommend getting a small sample, and that sample is probably going to last you a very, very long time. If you're the type of fragrance lover that appreciates the classic fragrances, I highly recommend this. If you're someone that's easily put off by more mature fragrances, or you're a person that finds certain types of notes like patchouli to be off-putting, I would definitely steer clear of even sampling it. It's probably going to be a very divisive fragrance. However, if you've come to appreciate those two notes of Immortal and patchouli, I highly recommend it. It's a very high quality fragrance. It's quite expensive. Do not blind buy it. It's definitely a try first fragrance. I've come to appreciate it, and even though it's not really a fragrance I would feel comfortable wearing around a lot of people, because you're most likely going to offend them, I can definitely say that the quality of it is undeniable. Longevity is 12 hours plus, and that patchouli goes for 8 of those 12 hours. So it's a very earthy, sweet fragrance. Thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for more.